What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here with your top 5 stories from the past 24 hours, and today we have another new trailer, some Kingsman sequel scoop, and more in Comic Book Now. First up, the next installment of the Transformers franchise, The Last Knight, has unveiled its new trailer, and it is species versus species in this dramatic look narrated by none other than Anthony Hopkins. Check it out.
It has been said, through the ages, without sacrifice, there can be no victory. Two species at war.
That you have the most
one flesh,
beautiful face.
one metal.
Do you realize
Optimus Prime has left us.
we're floating in space?
100 billion trillion planets in the cosmos.
Everyone you know
You want to know, don't you?
someday
Why they keep coming here?
will die.
I want to stay, and I want to fight them.
And now, two worlds colliding.
The operation is over.
We're not giving up, okay? Only one survives.
Oh my God. Forgive me.
The Walking Dead bounced back from some poorly received episodes on Sunday night with a great 90-minute episode, which, by the way, just before going live, I saw that the ratings went up. We will have a full story for you on that on Comicbook.com in just a little bit. But this episode was packed with iconic comic book moments, but one thing that even the most hardcore fans might have missed was a cameo from executive producer and visual effects master Greg Nicotero. That's right, outside of Negan's sanctuary, Nicotero's head was on a spike, keeping unwelcome guests from entering the premises. It's hardly Nicotero's first time getting reanimated. He was chomping at Glenn and Nicholas's feet during the infamous dumpster dive scene. And actually, it's hardly the first time a celebrity's head has made an appearance. You should know this by now, but Johnny Depp's head played a little role in the Not Tomorrow Yet episode back in season 6. Fun little fact for you. The Kingsman sequel, The Golden Circle, is already one of the most anticipated movies of 2017, but now the cast is starting to really build the hype. Franchise star Taron Egerton shared his opinion of the upcoming film and the new cast, and we could not be more ready after hearing this. Here's what he had to say. Matthew Vaughn goes even further with it. It's kind of absolutely crazy. Julianne Moore is the villain, and she's genuinely terrifying. She's really, really, really great. So it's bigger, badder, more guns, you know, all that stuff. It's fun. Can we just take a second to thank the movie gods for what is going to be 2017? I mean, seriously, Kingsman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Thor, Guardians, Justice League, King Kong, Logan, Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers, Pirates, Star Wars, World War Z, Transformers, Ghost in the Shell, Apes, and the one I know you're all most hyped for, Cars 3, right? By now, it's definitely not a secret, though, that Darth Vader is returning to the big screen before this year's over in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, later this month. But there are a couple costume alterations you should be aware of. ComicBook.com's Lucas Siegel chatted with VFX legend John Knoll about it, and Knoll said this about the costume. It's a bit of a hybrid between the previous incarnations of the suit. Here's exactly what he said. If you look in A New Hope, especially like that white corridor scene at the beginning, you can see all these smudges and all these fingerprints on there because it was cast from a clay sculpt. Then by the time we got to Empire Strikes Back, they made a new one that was like really polished and super shiny and perfect. The chest plate is different in every film. We matched more what the chest plate looked like in episode 4, but a little bit more of the high polish that's in episode 5. So, costume geeks, there you go. There's a little bit of what to expect from Rogue One's take on Darth Vader. And finally, before we get to my favorite part, the comment section questions, I'm going to address a question that I see all the time. Some news from the Batman movie. Soon-to-be Deathstroke Joe Manganiello went on the radio to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and ended up spilling some details on the DC Films universe. First of all, it looks like the film is still planning to start production in the spring of 2017 based on his comments, which was originally planned. But he also shared a bit of insight about what to expect. He says it's going to be gritty and action-packed and cerebral and all of these elements that people love about Batman. Everything is lined up for a really, really, really great movie. Not only a superhero movie, but just a great movie. What do we think, Comic Book Nation? Are we buying into the hype for the Batman movie with Manganiello and Batman, Ben Affleck set to do literally everything right, produce, direct, and star? I don't know. Let's see what the comment section looks like. People are kind of down on Transformers. Everyone's excited for World War Z 2, and by everyone, I mean Dylan Flickinger. Yeah, me too. Everyone wants to know about Matrix 4. Common question. Never going to happen. See that? We got a comment section here. Guys, share your hype for Matrix 4. John Wick 2 is basically the Matrix 4. You have Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves on a rooftop learning how to fight. Like, that's the most Matrix thing the Matrix ever did. What do I think about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, The Mummy, and Transformers 5 trailer? Transformers, bottom of the list on the hype train there. Wim, Sad Mojo. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, top of the hype train. And 2017 is going to be an amazing movie. But I watched Guardians of the Galaxy again last night. And the night before that, I watched Captain America Civil War. And I got to say, those are my two favorite movies. And I think Guardians of the Galaxy takes the cake as my ultimate favorite movie. So Volume 2 is, the hype is real for that movie in every single way. And we're going to start to hear a lot more about that movie soon. That's all I can say. The Mummy looks great too, though. Sky Patterson, loyal viewer. They said that about Batman vs. Superman, didn't they? Yeah, Ken Davis, they did hype Batman vs. Superman. A lot of people loved Batman vs. Superman. DC fans loved Batman vs. Superman. I see, we have both sides of it. Some people hated it, some people loved it. You have Sad Affleck reading the reviews in interviews with Yahoo Movies, so that happens. But, I think when I talked to Ben on set, and yeah, I said that because I'm a name-dropping guy who's really cool, got to go to Justice League set. No, but this was really cool. Ben Affleck stepped off the set. He was wearing the Batman costume, and I straight up said, what's the deal? Where's the script? Where are you at with that? And he said that the script wasn't where he wanted it yet, and this was, at this point, 6 months ago now, but the script wasn't where he wanted it. He's working with Jeff Johns to make sure that the script is where he wants it to be, and he even made a joke, took a jab at himself, and says he knows what happens when you make a movie with a bad script. I don't know if he was referencing Batman vs. Superman, maybe Geely, or Daredevil, or a lot of his movies. But no, I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. The town, guys. Any news in the Spawn movie? Yeah, it's still basically almost not happening. That's pretty much the news. We had news that it's not really news about it earlier this week. Any news on Black Panther? I don't really think we're going to hear much about Black Panther for a little while because they have 3 movies to push before that. It hasn't started production yet. It's going to be a little while before we start to really hear anything because we have to promote Guardians and Spider-Man first, and then Thor Ragnarok, and then Black Panther. So, yeah. Let's get just a couple more questions before we wrap things up. Was that Optimus Prime trying to kill Bumblebee? I'm assuming there's a little bit more to the story there, but this is Transformers, so it might just be the face value that you see there. Any news on Deadpool 2? I don't know. Hopefully they're getting it back together after everyone jumped ship. Let's see. A lot of the films next year are going to get critical backlash, says Sky Patterson, loyal viewer. He would know, right? I don't know about that. I've heard really good things about a lot of movies, except for Power Rangers. I did hear some negative comments about the Power Rangers movie from somebody who got to see an early screening. So that's where that's at. But a lot of these 2017 movies look really fantastic. Catwoman movie, I'm not hearing anything. And Matrix 4, I've still got nothing. Man of Steel 2 is coming, though. But guys, I see the comments are flying by. Thank you for all the comments and questions. If you want to talk more, hit me up on Twitter, @BrandonDavisBD. I'm headed to New York City tomorrow. I'm going to an event for Logan, War for the Planet of the Apes, and Alien Covenant, and I'm going to have a lot to share. I hope you guys follow along. And in the meantime, follow Comic Book @ComicBook and @ComicBook Now on Instagram so you get all your news first. All right, guys, I'll see you there.